So for another project that will be covered in another video, I needed to get hold of my old sort of 90s, 80s, 90s Games Workshop models I collected over the years. And so they, along with my old D&D miniatures, have just been stuffed in a box for probably about 20 years now. And I just had a little trip down memory lane going through my old 80s D&D models. So I thought it'd be quite fun to actually have a look at the models, this old model collection, and try and hopefully identify or remember what they were called, some of the models. And then I got this crazy idea because they're painted, some of them, most of them, but badly. You can imagine young me, 10, 15-year-old me painting them. It's not good. So I decided to strip them. I'm going to strip them and repaint them because as a wargamer, my backlog. So yeah, so I'm not going to cover the stripping of them in this video. We're just going to have a look through them and try and remember what they were called. While we're watching this, if you do remember or know what some of the models are called and what range they're from, if I don't know, please, please, please help me identify them and leave something in the comments for me. It'd be great. Yeah, so let's have a look. So this is the box with Games Workshop bits in, but we'll look at this more in another video. But you know, I've got some old school orcs in here, some old school goblins, some black orcs. I think they're called zombie. He's metal. And a few skeletons, and I think there's some elves in here as well. But we're going to go over this in another box. What we're here for really is the D&D miniatures I got. We'll start off with some of the more modern ones. I say modern, these are still like probably 16 odd years ago. These are Reaper, so I'm not going to really focus too much on these. So I forget what this. I forget what all these are actually. For the majority of them, I've got some dwarfs here. They say these are 25mm, so I thought that would be great for any other range. But if I go to, say, this, which is an SBG Ruffian, these dwarfs are quite hefty in size, really. I don't know if they work or not. Might do. Anyway, there's that. I think there's another. I want some dwarf beer, guys. I think there's another one somewhere. Yeah, here he is. Drinking. So yeah, let's go back. I always thought these were a bit too big. You know what I mean? It just looks like a short, stocky guy rather than a dwarf. But so that's why I've never really done much with these. But I'll pile along through these. These aren't the ones I'm really want to make this video for. I have a thing. I love undead, so I said the majority of these are all going to be undead. He comes in some sort of throne. I still might paint these up just for display on the shelf and D&D use in time. It's quite nicely detailed miniatures. Unfortunately, I think this is some sort of dark elf, but I can't find her arm. Here, I think she had a scepter, sort of worshipping Loth. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. My cat wants to. He loves being in videos. Some sort of wraiths, ghosts type things. I like these because they're just ethereal. Know who are doing them. Yeah, I think this is some sort of succubi type thing. Typical fantasy. Next to no clothes on a female. Probably why I bought it back then. Weird like that. I'm probably going to paint these up quite soon. I think that's it for the. We're now on to the. Oh no, we've got this guy. I love this guy. The kind of ghost spectre, but you can't see his body, just his clothes. I love that. So yeah, let's get on to the more older stuff. Have a look at some of these. Get these out. I'm going to get more uninteresting ones out of the way. I've got to wash my hands. These are probably lead rather than pewter. Cat towel in the way. These are Ravenloft miniatures. Back then I got the second edition, D&D second edition box set, and I'll I'll get some Ravenloft on the go, so I've got some of these. Over there. Probably a few more Ravenloft will come across in here. This is Ravenloft. What are these made by? Actually, these are actual official TSR miniatures. You can see that now, official TSR miniatures, which is cool. Wow. Oh god, this is probably... Now this is definitely lead. It's a dwarf or gnome thing. I think this is one of my older brothers who were playing the game way before me, probably late 70s I think this probably comes from, this one. Yeah, I got some lizard man. These are painted, so I'm gonna have a laugh at my... Let's go, this is a lizard man. Can't see what company that is. Oh, hang on. Can't read that. Aston Maycrafter. If anyone knows the manufacturers of these miniatures, can you leave something in the comments so I can remember? Is that Harley Quinn? These are lizard men. Flat green. Not too sadly, maybe it's just all a bit flat. You probably notice a thing when we look through these of I only had about 6 paints back then. 2 greens, I think this is Goblin Green and Scorpion Green, which used Games Workshop. Paints Bestial Brown and Mithril Silver, white and black. I had a red, probably blood red, a purple and a blue, so you'll see these come up time and time again. So there's those. Ooh. Yeah, I've obviously used him for a conversion at one point or other. Because he's got no face, so I do have some skulls in a bag. I might see if I can cut one off and restore him. He's actually quite like the look of him, little skeleton dude. Another skeleton dude here. I'll show the underneath of the basis just in case someone recognises any of the markings. Is that 85? Does that say? 85 that was made. Skeleton dude. Let's get a bit of speed on because there's so many in here. I can actually see it better on camera than I can with my real eyes, which is great. So that looks like 1987. I can't read that. Is that Grenadier? It's Grenadier, isn't it? A lot of my miniatures probably were Grenadier. I just love their models. So I imagine that's a lich of some kind. It looks lichy, doesn't he? That might be from a box set. I can't remember. Have a look at this. This looks like his undercoat not painted, some sort of ninja spectre skeleton guy. I can't make out any of the markings on there. There's him. Cool. Loads to get through. 81, does that say? 1861? No, 1987. I'm reading upside down. Grenadier. I did that, yeah, 1987. Grenadier. It's some sort of elfy dude. Oh, he's got blood around his mouth. Is that meant to be a beard? Why have I got blood around his mouth? Has he just wiped his sword around his mouth? Oh dear. So I'll probably be definitely stripping those. Got hair in there. That's lovely. That was skeleton. That's a lot of undead. Is that Rao Pow? I can't remember what that company is. 88. Rao Pow. There's another company I used to buy. I'm gonna have to put some sort of word here what the company is because it will come to me afterwards. Yeah, I remember buying these. Actually, remember buying these. I've obviously sword snap or axe head snapped off. I've used that in a conversion, so I'll reinstate these. Oh my goodness, I forget what these are called. Grim roll thingy majiggies, but I needed them for a campaign I was running. Same with him. His axe going to be reinstated. Oh, so I forget what these are called, but they're in Let's see what the make is. There should be another one in here. I'm sure I have 4 of these. I'll reinstate their models. Their models, their weapons. There should be another one in here. Let's get some more. See some more TSR Ravenloft miniatures villagers there. Let me put these all together. I can see the vampire here. And the werewolf, she is a werewolf victim. Werewolf will hold, God, look at that face. The werewolf will hold her up in his arm. Now, the werewolf isn't in here because I'm still using him because I use him for, I can never remember it, Touch of Evil games when the werewolf villain comes out. So she's his victim. Here's a vampire. Typical looking vampire. What's his name? Count Stroud. I guess that's what he's meant to be there. Okay, let's get something big out now, just to get down to it. God, still got loads and loads. It's going to be an epic long video of a showcase. This is another Grenadier model. I remember this is called an Orcish Giant, so it's effectively a giant orc, which is a cool concept. We have giants that look human. Why can't we have giants that look like other races? His sword's a bit bent there. Hope I can get it back. So he'll be getting stripped and painted. Kobolds, a staple of D&D. I think there's a few more in here, but these are kobold models. Let's see if we can see any of the writing on them. I think these are official. Oh, here we go. Oh, almost saw it there. That again. Ralpath. All I can see is Ralpath, but I think these had the license to do official D&D miniatures. Another skeleton. Don't know where that comes from. Can't read the bottom there. But these look like that one time they were just undercoated or primed. I'm going to strip all that off and do it myself anyway. Aha! Female vampire for Ravenloft. Yeah, she's looking over this way and yeah, funny eyes. Yeah, I love that. Again, some sort of lichy type wraithy spectre. Is this one right? It's 1983. I can't read that. Hopefully someone can read that. It'd be great to just put a manufacturer to these. Some sort of wraith, like face. Sort of see that. I'm showing you the bottom just in case people can leave a comment and say, "Oh, here's the other guy I was talking about." That's all 4 of them discovered. That's an orc. Remember buying this. What's that? I didn't buy it in 83. I think that says 83. I think I probably bought it in about 88. So if that says 8, that's about accurate. If it says 3, I bought it in 88. Ghost dude spectre. I mean, look at that. I actually was painting the details of the skull in. I hadn't even grasped the concept of a wash or anything. It's ridiculous. He's Grenadier. Comes on a box set. I think this skeleton here, I know it's pure lead. This I made myself. You used to buy moulds and pour molten lead into them. What you used to buy from a shop, so definitely know that's lead. This big guy here is broken, but I've got an old cave troll hammer from SBG, so I'm thinking of just doing a little, giving him a massive hammer. He had a little war hammer. I think this is some sort of armoured ogre or something's Grenadier. M117, so I can actually hopefully find out what it actually is. But look at that face. That is a face only a mother could love. I think this is some sort of elemental, do you think? This looks more like Mithril, yeah, Mithril Miniatures. So these are, I used to do, I licensed Lord of the Rings miniatures, so I got some of those. That's that. Let's have a look at some zombies. I don't see zombie models like this very often. That's a zombie dwarf. Can't see who these are. Ralpatha. That's what that says. That's what I'm trying to get out. Yeah, so you got these different types of zombies in here, and all of them had this wicked bad mullet 80s rockstar mullet hairstyle. The ones with hair, just whoop, and now drop them. Look at that one. Look at that for a mullet. He just like going to a band, but look how I painted them. Just dreadful. You can see I used rotting flesh, probably as skin type. But beyond that, I think there should be a zombie orc. Yeah, that's a zombie orc. So yeah, these will all be getting definitely stripped. There's another one of the gang. Yeah, yeah, not the best painting. Oh look, teeny beholder. And another teeny beholder with stalks missing, so I might make my own stalks. Difference in style there. They're quite small really, comparing to this elf guy. I always thought beholders were bigger. You can get better beholder models now. Green ooze, something like that. I think that says 1992. TSR by Ralpatha. There we go, finally got it. Green ooze, official green ooze. Got to have this staple in D&D. So yeah, I love that. Now, originally when I was thinking about stripping these and Ravenloft Villager, another one. Have we got? Has he got a twin? He's twin, isn't it? Got two of them. Excellent. I was thinking about putting them on sort of round bases. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Quite likely. See how I feel. Got to strip them all first. Loads of these kind of. Always covered in lichen. Loads of. Hey, more twins. The village twin. There's a lot of twins in this Ravenloft village. So, got some Ravenloft miniatures. Unicorn. Let's see. Just painted flat white. That's not an undercoat. That was my painting for the unicorn. Horsey horse. Who made that? Is that Pam? Pam D4 made that. Who made the unicorn? No one. Hang on, just about to see it there. Really faint. Anyway, it's those. Oh yeah. I think this is called an ogre champion. He's quite small for an ogre, standard model size. So I think I used to use him as Grenadier again. 87. I used to use him as a half orc. So if a player wanted to play as a half orc fighter, I had a model for it. Like that. I think that's just an orc. I think this is another one of those same ones from the 70s. Same one sort of era and range as the dwarfy type dude here. So definitely lead. Another kobold. Another Ravenloft miniature, some sort of Earl Count dude. Looks like he's got no nose, but that's just where the paint's chipped off of it. Knight. Standard, pretty standard knight. Could be good for a paladin. Probably Grenadier, Grenadier 88. Thiefy type dude, do you think? He's unarmoured. Grenadier 87. Druid. Grenadier 87 again. We'll get to that later on and that later on. Let's get some more of the big guys out of the way. Oh, other kobold. I forget what this is called. Demon thingy. It's Grenadier. I think you can look this one up. E7. I forget what it's called, but yeah, he's definitely getting a paint job. Just green with bright yellow. Why did I? What possessed me to paint him like that? This here, Grenadier. I think that says 83 or 88. 88. This here is an armoured Balrog. I can't remember if this was licensed from Lord of the Rings or whether it was just unofficial and they just used the name Balrog. I do remember they had to change it though, so it's in the D&D books as well in the early days, Balrogs. I think they changed him to Balors now or something like that. He's really cool, I like him. He looks like the Balrog from the animated 70s Lord of the Rings film. That's probably why I bought him. I love that film. Aha, let's get this big dude out. Battle Troll or Battle Ogre. I forget exactly what this one is. He's massive. I imagine this is Grenadier. Just see it there, Grenadier. That M112. They all had names, you can find him, but his sword. He does that. Oh, his handle's a bit broken there, but and a sword strapped to his back, so I can keep that strapped to his back and hopefully glue it on. Carefully put the sword down. So either armoured or Battle Troll or Battle Ogre. I think Ogre, because they're trolls. Look like this. Look at that hair. My friend Mike, who used to play D&D with and used to live next door to me, 87, loved trolls and had loads of these. This might actually be his. There's a classic troll that he had somewhere, which I can't. He used to love, and I loved as well. So there's that. And well, oh, here it is. I actually do have it. This is it here. This is the other troll. This is it. He did at one point have a big axe, so I might make him one. Give him his axe. Look at that face. I'll probably repaint that. I'm sure it's Grenadier, even though there's nothing on the bottom. It's Grenadier troll, and yeah, again, I'm doing things like painting hair strands in. But this, while on the subject of trolls, is a official D&D troll. That's probably it. Can't really see any right in there. It's probably TSR. Official D&D troll. I think that's Ravenloft. Could be wrong. Looks. Some clothes on. It's cold out there. There's an armadillo. Don't know why. I have an armadillo. Some orcs. Can't really tell he's an orc, but he is an orc. I can tell he's an orc, so I painted him green. For some reason, orcs were green. He's lost his weapon. I can fix that. Why are you Grenadier again? M67 1985, I think that says. I'm going to find out exactly what he's called and what weapon he had and try and recreate it for him. Oh, another one of those zombies. Just a plain dude with his arm outstretched trying to eat your brains. Like him, like those zombies. Cleric with clerical bulk smart, blunt weapon. Clerics couldn't use, I don't think they still can. sharp weapons that cause blood injuries, even though I'm sure being bludgeoned by this club over your head would spill some blood. Go figure. I think this is a female elf, I guess rangery type character. Grenadier 87, can't see its model number. Too hard to find. And now I think skeleton, bent spear, and the other ranges of skeletons we've been looking at. I think what's left in here is a box set from Grenadier. I forget what this is called. Encounter at something or other. I don't think it's complete. I think it had a plinth that this sat on. We had this lich dude who sat on a throne. You can see that it's got little things who sat there, and behind him he had this. I like that, kind of similar to that. I'll still bring it out. The dude from Reaper, but much bigger, so kind of like lich type dude sitting on massive thrones with skulls on top. So yeah, he had that, and he had a little pet dragon with skulls in the bottom. He had a lion statue, and I think there was a candelabra with candles on as well as his big plinth, which long gone. I might be able to remake that, get it. And he had a Princess Leia-esque slave girl from Jabba, but with no skin on her face. Just, yeah, brilliant. And there was this, hello cat, Doom Death Knight dude, Chaos Knight, Dark Knight, I forget what it is. Set come from 1987. When I'm editing this, I'm hopefully remembering to put the actual what these things are, because I'll do some research afterwards. I had this, which I think is a thief. It looks like a thief, sword, branching, dual wielding sword and dagger. Yeah, so I had this thief, and that's it for the single models. But let's have a look at the bigger stuff now, which mainly consists of dragons, but there's a few other bits in there. Let's have a look at the bigger pieces now. Now, like last time, let's get the most modern thing out of the way, and I'll say modern because I bought this about 16 years ago. And this is a version of Mithril Silver's Mithril Miniatures Smorg. It is a beautiful dragon. Really nice, I really like this. That comes on this base. Terrible for gaming with, because the base is solid pewter, so heavy as hell, so if you try and pick it up it just pulls away. But also the wings are metal, and even as a display piece they will bend over and fall off at the slightest provocation. You look at it funny, the wings fall off. So I'm going to try and get this stuck on. I might have to try and pin it somehow. I've even put green stuff around it to hold it in place, but I think I'm going to pin it, glue it back on, and have this as a display piece only, because I like it. The paint job's I quite like it. It had this sort of gold, Smog the golden, but he was red as well, so I like that. So I'm just going to touch up the paint work and repair him and get him on the shelf. So I won't be stripping him, I don't think, just repairing and touching up. I love him, so I'm going to put him there. Yeah, unfortunately I've lost most of this. I mean, this was a rhinoceros, basically. A zombie skeletal rhinoceros. I think this is Grenadier. That had Haldor, not Holdor, because he's Game of Thrones character. Haldor, the things that you put on big animals like elephants and Mama Kill. Anyway, so that with sort of undead in it, riding it, so that was quite cool. Here's another fairly modern piece. I bought these at the same time as the Reaper Bones, a giant, and let's get the old comparison model. Yeah, he is big. So green stuffed him up ready, but I've never painted him, so this is it. This is what this video is about, is to force me to paint up miniatures I have had for years and haven't painted. and to make good ones that I painted years ago. Let's have a look at this. I always used to think this, I'm showing you now, was a Games Workshop Warhammer thing, but I don't think it is anymore. I actually just think it's probably Grenadier type model. It is a dude in a cloak with a scythe of skulls on top. That's what made me think it was Warhammer, because they were obsessed with skulls. To be honest, I thought this was Warhammer as well, the rhinoceros, but then I found a picture on a website showing it was Grenadier. So he has a cart, again the wheels made out of bones, that's being pulled by a skeletal cow, which is quite cool. So, and again, I think this is Games Workshop. Look, it's a slaughter base. Perhaps I should put this in the Games Workshop box. I'm gonna have to do some research. And it had, I can't see any markings, but it has a pile of skeletons that are been painted rather badly, and they would sit in the back of his cart and he'd pull along the dead bodies. Now I am missing one of these yokes, are they called? I might make one myself, bit green stuff, perhaps a paper clip as a substructure and green stuff over it just to make it look good, and I think I'll have this. So if this is Games Workshop, let me know. Or is it Grenadier? I'm putting here, it's the last of the non-dragon big models coming on. Spider, giant spider, sort of rearing up as well. I like that, that's beautiful. Not painted that long ago actually, but I think I still will strip it and repaint it. What's that? Come along to the oldest dragon. This is lead. I can't see a year on it, unless I can see the numbers 1126. I'm assuming that's not when it was made. But it's lead and has wings like that. I painted that as a blue dragon. They went in desert, so I painted his base yellow. Now this is the same one as that dwarf and that orc. It's from the 70s, I believe. Yeah, there's no detail, no shading, no highlighting. It's just blue. So brilliant. Don't know what dragon he's meant to be. Whether he's just generic dragon. Hold on. Sorry about that. Look, this, no idea. It's a little, seems to be fit together with solder there, so it's lost a lot of detail. So I wonder if I can try and get that back. So it's a multi-part piece, obviously. It's been soldered together. I don't think this is mine originally. It's a dragon. What type? No markings on it. Missing a hand. Might be able to knock a sculpt up of that somehow. There's that. Let's have a look at this. This is painted green. But I think this is meant to be a gold dragon. It just looks like the old school depiction of gold dragon. There's nothing I can see on the base. But if you do recognise what this is, please let me know in the comments. It's been badly put together, so I'm going to strip it. See in the stripping process if it eats away at the paint and glue normally. That'd be good. So I can put it back together properly. I might even rip it apart and try and scrape off super glue, and then I can green stuff some of it and make it look nice. I think that's like an old school green dragon, but gold dragon. Let me know. Most of the dragons here are complete, unfortunately, even though they might be in bits. But this thing, which, my goodness, no idea what it is, but it looks really weird because it's got a long body and these little teeny tiny wings. Very scaly. I don't know what it is, what it's meant to be. I can't make out any markings. So this is where I kind of wouldn't mind your guys' help to try and let me know what these are, because I've long forgotten what they're called. Probably forgot a month after I bought them. It was just a dragon back then. I don't particularly like that one, I have to admit. It's not my favourite, and nor is this one. This one is in bits. It has these horrible tusks I don't like. And the tail, very armoured. Still got its wings. Trying to go like that. Like that. It's got its wings. Got its tail. So it looks something like that. Don't particularly like that one either. That looks like, I don't know, it just reminds me of you've seen Warlords of Atlantis? That old rubber monster movie, British rubber monster movie, love it, but it looks like some of the monsters you find in that film. So that here, I recognise, still remember what this is called. It's just Grenadier again. Let's say 84 M53. This is a dwarf hydra, it's called. It's got his heads. I always miss the comparison model. Oh, I'm using this ruffian. There you go. So still quite a formidable formidable opponent. But yeah, not as big as what it could be. Dwarf hydra. Still useful. Still useful. Where we go next? Let's go for this dude. Yeah, again, I did not understand about washes, highlights, dry brushing, any painting technique. Filling in models with green stuff, no, just whack them on. Who's this by? Is this Rafa? Yeah, Rafa 84, does that say? Anyway, you know what kind of dragon this is? Again, please, if you know, if you recognise it, let me know. I don't think he's meant to be a luminous green dragon. I'll be definitely stripping paint off him, and I'll decide what kind of one I want to make him. He looks quite nice, I like him. Like that. Yeah, I painted this one a bit gold, but I do like this one. Got his tail. He's got a bracelet on him. Loves his gold. That's his head. Oh, he just looks really nice. I think I painted him gold because gold dragon's always described as fairly long. And he's got his wings still. Not going to be able to put this one together and show you it all together. And his wings. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, this is Ralpaffer again. What's that say? Tell me what it is then. TSR. Ah, it's a TSR. Official TSR release. Hopefully I'll be able to find out what this is then. Do a little search. Got him. How this whip thing. I don't know what it's for. I mean, paint wise it's sort of blends in with sort of this thing here. I just can't figure out that same sort of messy, muddy paint scheme. I can't figure out what it's for. Maybe this. Is it his tongue? No, he's got a tongue. I got this. Don't know what that is. You recognise that? If you do, you're a champion. This looks like a whip actually. Let me know in the comments if you recognise what this is, where it goes to. Let's have a look at this. This is... oh, his back spikes are a bit bent over. I can straighten him up. He's missing a tongue. He had a big, long tongue that come out because this is a swamp dragon. Hence why I painted him black, because D&D black dragons lived in a swamp. I'm assuming they still do. I've got to get the 5e Monster Manual actually. I'm getting back into it after many years. The last serious game I had was 3.5, and even then it wasn't that serious. Second edition, 20 serious for me. So, but it's Grenadier. It's called a Swamp Dragon. So I painted it black. It had a big long tongue like a frog, which is gone. I don't know if I'll bother reinstating that. But yeah, I like him. Spent ages looking for his arm, his other arm, when I realised it's attached to him from there. So yeah, it's that. He's obviously painted black, but yeah, still stripping him. Not too sure if this is an actual copper dragon, but I painted him to be a copper dragon because I thought he looked quite cute, quite friendly and cute. So his tail I do have. Actually, is that whip something to do with him? His tail, got his tail here. I got his other wing. As I said, most of these models, luckily, considering how old they are and how almost mistreated they were to put in a box in an attic for years and years and years, I'm surprised I got them all. But yeah, it looks like. Can it be that? Can it? If it is, what's he going to do? What's he doing? Holding a whip? No, I don't think it is his. No, it's a whip. And now, the last one. Actually, it's not the last one. So I forgot that. Got something else to show you. This is in total pieces. And it's what I painted as a red dragon. He has his 80's medallion, which was standard back then. You were issued with it when you got to a certain age. That's his neck. That's his face. Tail. I was about to say, he seems to be missing a bit of his tail, but the rest of his tail continues on his base. Let's say. Okay. He does have arms still. I mean, this is the one I was really amazed by because it's in bits. How I've still got all the bits. He's like, hey, hello. Got both his wings. I'm back here, so 1, 2. 2 wings, so there'll probably be a future video where I've put them together and I'll show off how he looks. It's a bit difficult to hold them all together. There is one more model I want to show off. As I said, I had an obsession with dragons and undead, and I think this is Grenadier. This allowed me to combine those together in this undead zombie dragon painted Y. That's the colour. It's called Y. This colour scheme is called Y. Has wings which are all threadbare and rotten. I'm going to go here. Here. Now unfortunately this one is missing his tail, but it should be easy to sculpt myself and get a tail going on. And look, pick pictures of this. I think it's cool. It's by Grenadier. Remember this one, it's called the Chaos Dragon. So it's rib cage, it's rotting away, so I had great fun stripping and painting that. And that is it. I mean, this turned into quite a long video. I didn't think it was going to be this long. I was going to talk about the stripping process. Because they're all metal, I could use anything I wanted. I have done a video on the channel about stripping paint for miniatures. Where are we? Should be a little thing there for you to click on. And I'm just going to do it in that method actually, which is using Dettol. So I'm going to obviously have to buy some more. Probably the most safest way of doing it, you know, white spirits, but get a bit chemically on your fingers. This will just make them go a bit dry. Still want to wear gloves with this. Yeah, so it says here for first aid, medical person's hygiene units and stripping miniatures. No words. So I'm going to get stripping those, and I'll give you next video will be sort of a progress of them stripped, and probably it'll showcase the ones I'm painted. This has gone on way longer than I planned, so thank you for watching. If you please, if you see any miniatures you recognise what they're called or what range they're from that I don't know, please leave a comment below. That'd be really useful because I'd love to identify some of these. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It'd be great. I love it when people subscribe and get chatting. We have a Facebook group we can join, so you can have a chat there as well. I just love getting involved with conversation. If you have any questions, please ask. So until next time, thanks, man.